Hi guys, so we filmed a unique video this time about all of the tips that we think are crucial and are very hard to deal with, but essential to deal with.
What?
In school. Yeah.
Real quickly, before we start, I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to Amaia Ford for leaving a great question in my comments section in my last video, and we just wanted to go ahead and answer this question and share it with the rest of you guys. So enjoy.
Okay. Wow, this lighting looks good. You look like you got your makeup done.
Wow.
Girl.
I spent a lot of time on this makeup.
Okay guys, so as y'all can see, I have her with me again, and I like to bring her whenever you guys have certain questions about things, because she was also, I don't know if I said this, but she was also a student at UH.
I am
with me.
a student. So first,
Is this your channel? Wow, go for it. A lot of people will say that your freshman year in college is very difficult, and it is, but there are tons of things that can make it less difficult. Okay, you can go first because this one was yours.
Okay, so I know that whenever I went to U of H for my first time, I got really lost. Like for orientation, I went to the gym, the rec. What I did specifically, the Honors College offers you this chance to go to each of your classes. Just figuring out how to get to classes, if you do have them back to back, is always good. So before classes start, go to your classes, your physical location, the physical location of your classes, so you know where they're at.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I'm an expert.
So I also went to my classes before school started, and it's not only the Honors College.
Yeah.
Well, did they like escort you to your classes?
Yeah, so my mentor
Oh, okay.
escorted me
Okay,
to
so
my classes.
I didn't get escorted. I actually came with my sister to campus one day because she was a senior while I was a freshman, and we were kind of just like walking around, and she was like, well, I think it'd be a smart idea for you to kind of know where your classes are at, so let's go try and find them. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's a good idea. When you're not in honors, you won't have people escorting you to your classes like me, but I still went and found them on my own. You can just come and like walk onto the campus and go find the buildings. And what's really cool is that we do have a UH Redline app, and that's what it's called. And I've mentioned this before, but it's like a pretty much like a walking GPS. So if you have no idea where the building is at, don't even look at a map, because I am not good with maps. I need like steps, like you're gonna take 10 steps and then you're gonna turn left here. The UH Redline app allows you to do that, so that's a definite key to making your freshman year a lot less difficult and stressful.
Good. Okay.
Next one, getting involved. Now, getting involved, I know people hear that a lot, like just start joining organizations and start getting to meet people and things like that. But getting involved, it's not only about all of that type of stuff, it's also about getting to know what you're interested in and building like your professional skill set, or like your social skill set. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't even have to know people to get involved. All you have to do is go to your Access UH, click on the Get Involved icon, and it gives you like all the organizations and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And then you start meeting people and friends without even trying to.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
So that's how I met a lot of, well, I don't have like a lot of my friends are the ambassadors, but like,
I'm your only friend. I had something in mind and I forgot.
say it.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Say it.
Ooh, Bauer has its own Rush Week.
What is
So
that?
that means that all the Bauer organizations come out for a week and they will ask you to join their organization. So there's some organization for marketing, supply chain management, accounting, anything you want.
During the beginning of the fall and spring semester, UH will have what's called weeks of welcome. So that's like the first 2 or 3 weeks of each semester. And one of the they have so many events during those first few weeks. I always tell students to hold off on buying all of the merch and all of the UH gear and things like that, because during your weeks of welcome, that is where you will get a lot of your free stuff. Tons and tons of free stuff. Before we started school, people told us that they had so many t-shirts that they hadn't even worn yet, and we were like, oh my gosh, yeah, whatever. But we have a lot of t-shirts.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I think the first event is a barbecue, and then the second event is a pool party.
The
and
pool
stuff
party,
like that.
we didn't go to that one.
Yeah, we should go. We were busy that day though, or it was like during Harvey.
I don't think so.
Oh, they cut off a week, or did they?
Oh, it was just a storm, wasn't it?
It was a
I don't know.
hurricane.
Wait, Cat's Back never happened.
It did happen though. No.
Obviously, we're very good at giving advice. Stalk your professors.
Yeah, one of the things that my mom told me, my mom gave me this advice.
Her mom
Stalk-
is a UH alum.
Yeah, she
Nine
is.
alumni.
Alumni
Alumner?
is a lot of people, and alum is one. Right?
Okay, my mom is a UH alum, and I
Okay.
took a total guess on that one. I wasn't sure, but
She told me to stalk your professor, so go to Rate My Professor, just Google their name, and see what pops up. For one of my professors, it was really funny. He told us where he grew up and how he couldn't eat cheese and stuff like that.
and that's all information that you need to know.
You can know what they like and how they are. So if they're extroverted, try to be a little
Extroverted. Extroverted. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm an extrovert.
Just knowing their personalities will help a lot.
And that helps with like office hours. I know a lot of students always advise you to go to office hours, but honestly, it's not a scary thing. You're not the only student that this professor has ever had for these office hours. Like, they go through this all the time. You may not, but they do. My English class, I went to my professor's office hours all the time, and because I kind of showed like that commitment, he would really help me out with my papers, and he would give me extra credit for just showing up to office hours. But they just appreciate whenever you put in that extra work that other students do not take advantage of. It may sound like they're taking advantage of it, but nobody's really taking advantage of it.
Dr. Newman has Sprite and Coke and chocolate, so stop by his office.
Okay, Chris, so who's Dr. Newman out of the
he's-
thousands of professors that are there?
He's an accounting professor, and if you're in accounting or Bauer, you'll know him because he always does this stuff.
He has food.
Yeah, he
Gold.
does.
He has food.
Our
I'm not even a
professors are
student
really
and I
nice.
go. Making friends. It's a struggle.
Yeah,
Look what I ended up with.
That's offensive.
my
We're not
God.
even friends. Like,
If you guys want to know how we met, it's not that interesting, but it's a little interesting, I guess. We could do like a best friend type of
meet and greet.
what? Oh, like a challenge or something, you know?
Oh, okay.
Do you
I
guys
don't
wanna
think
see
you
that?
know that much about me, though.
Well, that's what it's for. Making friends. So yes, it is. Is that me? Oh no. Making friends, it's gonna be exhausting, okay? You're always constantly in situations or in like socials or things like that, or group gatherings where you always have to talk to people. And because you're meeting people, you're not just having conversations with them, like you're actually meeting these people. So you have all of that small talk, like where are you from, blah blah blah, what classification are you, things like that. So constantly doing that your freshman year, it's gonna be exhausting, but it's gonna be worth it. But like I said, getting involved, that's how you make friends without even trying to make friends. So you just kind of start surrounding yourself with people who are always there and they're constantly there. So you kind of have to talk to them. And then eventually you start being friends, and then they start inviting you over to like study or like go eat or have some coffee or walk to class. And that's how you start making friends.
Yeah, definitely.
We did not have classes together, so that's not how we met, but you meet people. We met because we got involved before we attended college.
Mm-hmm. So get involved.
So it's always going to be a struggle, and know that there's even seniors in college who struggle with making friends. As long as you don't isolate yourself, it's going to be so much easier for you. So don't just stay in your room and take naps. Even if it's just like eating by yourself, go out there and somebody may come up to you and like start talking to you, because it happens. Some like people actually socialize. You might feel lonely.
Like I was.
Yeah, you were, but I was there for you.
Sometimes.
I think the reason why we felt lonely is because we're really close to our families, and we're with our families all of the time. Having my family do things like without me or things like that I used to do with them all of the time, that's kind of why I started to get lonely. But having a friend who is close to you and who even lives in the same residence hall as you, that take advantage of all of those like socials in your lobby of your residence hall, because that's how you start meeting people who live like right next to you.
And then sometimes I would feel lonely in class, I think, because like I didn't really bond with them. So just try to find somebody that you bond with. I remember I felt that way in the beginning of the semester, and then at the end I found like Kristen and other people who I could actually
They
like,
don't know
talk
who
to.
Kristen.
She's a friend of mine. But just finding people with the same characteristics as you or totally different so that they can push you outside of your comfort zone.
I went to an event, and the man who was at that event said this, and so did Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
She's what am I gonna say?
The one where you should sit in different spots.
Well, how did you know?
Because that's the only event I could think
Oh,
of.
wow, okay. So yeah, this guy at the event, he told this story about this class. It was like a communication class that he taught. He asked a question. He said, who knows the name of the person sitting next to you? Raise your hand. And nobody raised their hand. So he was like upset, and he said, everybody go outside of this room, and once you come back in, sit in a new chair and get to know the person who is sitting next to you. So once everybody came back in, he saw one of his students and she was crying, and he was like, oh no, this wasn't my goal, like I didn't want to make you cry. She was crying because when they went out and stood in the hallway before they came back in, she spoke to one of the students that was in that class as well, and that student had actually offered her a job, and this lady was struggling. She was pregnant, she had some kids, and she had no job, and so she was crying because this person had given her a job. So you'll never know who's sitting next to you. We challenge you to
Sit next to a random person every day.
sit in a different chair every single day, and that doesn't mean you have to go from the front to the back to the side. It just means like sit three chairs down from where you sat the last class. It's not that difficult. And once I started doing it, it was kind of fun. I was like, ooh, who can I get to know today? Like, I don't know.
Like, you can be a totally different person every single day, and they won't even know.
You can have an accent one day, and you can talk like this one day. I don't even know what accent that is. You can have a Texan accent one day.
I'm not a British. No, that's not
And then you can be like, no, this is not my chair. This is your chair. You're constantly meeting people for the first time every single time, which is cool. Oh my god, we have like 4 minutes.
You're welcome.
What? Lazy. If you start to get lazy, things will be a lot harder for you.
Yeah.
The way to not get lazy is to have other people there for you. Like, I know when I didn't want to do homework or I didn't want to do certain things, Crystal would be like, oh my god, stop being lame, like let's go, and blah blah blah. And there are many different events going on all throughout the day, every single day, that help you to not be lazy. And then you have the rec.
Oh, yes. The rec is nice. It is really nice.
That's all you have to say. They have like yoga classes, de-stressing classes, and they have like the hardcore Zumba, and then they have like
cardio.
Yeah.
Cardio night was
You don't
fun.
have to attend classes. You can just go in there, do your own thing. They have like indoor kickball, or what was that? Where they were like kick it really hard. It wasn't soccer, but it was like, I don't know. But they have badminton, volleyball, basketball, tennis.
Badminton?
How do you call it?
I don't know.
Badminton. One of the most difficult things that we dealt with was stress.
Yeah.
But like I said, the rec has all of those de-stressing classes, and we do have, in the Student Service Center, we do have what we call counseling and psychological services, also known as CAPS. So we have certified psychologists that are there to speak to you. You just have to make an appointment with them. And whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, or you don't have like friends to talk to, or you can't talk to your family members, make an appointment, walk in there, and then they can just speak to you. Even when you have something really happy or exciting to say, go in there, speak to them as well. They're there for you to help you handle your stress, and there's always workshops going on that help you de-stress. It's like you have so many resources. It's just up to you if you want to take advantage of it. Take advantage of it because you're paying for it.
Yep.
They don't like to tell you that, but you're paying for it. Okay, real quick, another tip. We also want to say that paying for college is hard. So Crystal actually applied for a ton of scholarships.
Yeah, so I got like a lot of money back.
So she got a lot of money back. I didn't apply for that many scholarships, and the ones that I did apply to, I didn't get all of them. So, hi. So paying for college was hard, but I kept going back to the scholarships and financial aid office, and like once you get to know the people there, like they start to know you and they start helping you out, and they're like, you know what, I can pull some strings for you and I can help you out, girl or guy, whoever you are. Use your resources again, like we said, and continue to apply for those scholarships. There's scholarships that UH can give you. It's on their website. All you have to do is just go and apply, or
Yeah, and the $1,000 scholarships are so helpful. That might seem like a little bit, but it goes a long way.
250, 500, anything is helpful, really. And start asking people, like tell your friends what you're going through, and then they can help you out. Like I had told Crystal what I was going through and I was having trouble paying for college. She told her mom contacted this one company and then they did something for me and then they gave me a scholarship. So it helps to know people and just to talk to those who are around you and those who you think can't even help you when they really can. So it doesn't hurt to ask. Things that can also help your freshman year go by more smoothly is going out and exploring what's outside of the university and the campus. So taking advantage of all of the free stuff that Houston has to offer. And we are currently at the Miller Outdoor Theater, and we're gonna see a show about Shakespeare, and it's free. 15 minutes away from campus, so that's another plus. There's many things to do. So
it's in Herman Park, just so you know.
Herman Park.
Yeah.
Take advantage, y'all.
And it's really pretty, especially at night when it's not hot.
So thank you, Crystal, for coming back on my channel.
You're welcome.
And thank you to one of my viewers for asking this question. All right, we gotta go, and I'm sorry I'm always wearing this polo. I swear, Ambassadors is my life.
Under Armour is my life.
You were wearing that shirt last video.
Oh! I promise.
Were you?
I don't know. I promise.
I promise you, she has no other shirt.
I wash my shirts. I wore this one today.
Gotta go, Crystal's enough. Okay, bye. Before my phone stops recording. Toodles.